Naomi Campbell, the legendary supermodel, has been outspoken about how Kendall has risen to fame as a so-called model. On an episode of the Meredith Vieira show, Naomi addressed the issue by saying she wished them the best of luck. I mean, good luck to them. I just feel like my generation of women like Cindy Crawford and Linda Evangelista, Christy Turlington, Claudia Schiffer, we had to earn our stripes and take our stepping stones to get to where we've gotten to. We worked so hard and we're still working at it, and it just comes like that for them. But it can also be easy come, easy go. In an interview with People, she also made light of Kendall and her career. She said that her own generation of models was so well known before social media meant something. However, everything changes and evolves, and despite this, she still found it interesting. We didn't have social media, so to be known the way we were without it says something, I guess. But everything changes, everything evolves, I just find the whole thing fascinating. Of course, Taylor Swift doesn't like Kendall Jenner, as she has her beef with her older sister Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. But it actually appears that Taylor didn't really like Kendall before her whole blow up with Kim and Kanye. Now, Kim confirmed on Watch What Happens Live that Kendall was never part of Swift's squad, even though they had a number of close friends, including models Gigi Hadid, Karlie Kloss, and Cara Delevingne. Add to the fact that Kendall also appeared at some of Taylor's 1989 tour shows. But Kendall and her sister Kylie mistreated Selena Gomez, who's one of Taylor's best friends, so I'm sure that played a big factor in that. Even more so, others felt the "Look What You Made Me Do" video's leg tattoo and orange boots, which were similar to those worn by Kendall, were a snub. Gentilopina. She began modeling at the age of 14, and she made her debut at number 16 on Forbes magazine's 2015 list of top earning models with an estimated annual income of $4 million. In 2017, Kendall was named the world's highest paid model by Forbes, which caused some controversy to say the least. After this, in an interview she did in 2018 with Love magazine, pretty much went viral due to her working comments. She said she was never one of those girls who would do like 30 shows a season or whatever those girls do. More power to them. But I had a million jobs, not only catwalks but everything else. These comments made many people angry, including fellow models. Model Gentilopina shared a screenshot of Jenner's quote with her take, "We all are hardworking and worked hard to be where we are. Nothing was ever given to us," she wrote. Lapina also posted on an Instagram story of herself during a shoot writing, "I gotta work," with the hashtag I'm not Kim Kardashian. Model Peyton Knight also had her own issues with Kendall's Love interview. She added her own hashtag to the post saying "End the privilege" over Jenner's image in her Instagram story. This kind of disrespect towards other models who have no name for themselves walking into the industry is disgusting, she wrote. "We don't get to choose which shows to do." She then told the post that she felt triggered by Jenner's quote. She was discounting girls who aren't famous and aren't born into rich families, she says. "Their work is nothing, like it's not that hard to do." Afterwards, Kendall took to Twitter to clear up her statement, saying it was intended to be entirely complimentary, but unfortunately, my words were twisted and taken out of context. "I want to be clear. The respect that I have for my peers is immeasurable. I get to experience firsthand their tireless commitment, their work ethic, the endless days, the lack of sleep, separation from family and friends, stress of traveling, the toll on physical and mental health. They still make it all look effortless and beautiful. I'm inspired by so many of these people I've had the good fortune to work alongside. There's no way I could ever hate on that." I don't know how genuine that really is though. It has been said that Rihanna has had a couple of issues with Kendall. Starting off, Rihanna was unhappy with Kendall's association with Chris Brown, Rihanna's ex-boyfriend. Rhea's feelings were extremely hurt and finds it even more embarrassing because to her, Kendall's just a heartless brat, a source claimed. Then it was said the pair started feuding because Rihanna thought that Kendall had taken Cara Delevingne's friendship away from her. Rihanna has always kept in her possessive streak with Cara because they've had this magnetic attraction towards each other that's never been threatened by anybody else. Sure, they both have other BFFs and partners, but they've always found they could pick up where they left off when they next hung out. While Diddy is clearly not in the public's good graces right now, he once did something hilarious to snub Kendall and Kylie. Diddy is clearly not a fan of the Jenner sisters, which he made apparent after the 2017 Met Gala. Combs Instagrammed a photo of himself with Jaden Smith, Travis Scott, Wiz Khalifa, and Migos at the event, captioning the snap "Black Excellence." It was later revealed that Combs actually cropped Kendall and Kylie out of the photo. Diddy never commented on why exactly he did it. Maybe it's because they're not black and don't fit with the caption, or he just doesn't like them. Regardless, Twitter reacted swiftly to the alleged snub, with many followers applauding Diddy for the move. Supermodel Stephanie Seymour has also spoken out about the new wave of models, particularly Kendall. She told Vanity Fair they are completely different than we were. Supermodels are sort of the thing of the past. They deserve their own title. Kendall and Gigi Hadid are beautiful girls and I support all of them, but they need their own title. Bees of the moment, she cracked. That would be a good title for them. Kendall responded to Seymour's comments in an open letter on her own website, defending not only herself and Gigi, but also giving her own thoughts on real supermodels. supermodels. If you choose to be a cyberbully, I'm going to stick up for myself, she began. No one is trying to steal Stephanie Seymour's thing or trying to be her. I actually looked up to her. She has a daughter. I guarantee that she didn't imagine someone so publicly shaming her daughter when she made those comments about us being bees of the moment. And while she dismisses Seymour's model moniker, Kendall maintains that her industry is more about work ethic than labels. I don't know though, both Kendall and Gigi are Nepo babies, so they've gotten a lot of advantages over the years. Model Rebecca Romine had an issue with Kendall with how she rose to fame and didn't deserve her success. Rebecca told Entertainment Tonight, "No one has proven yet that numbers of followers translates to revenue, so it is frustrating," she added. "I know a lot of people are legitimate fashion people and I can't stand it. I hated that these, social media stars are now the supermodels in fashion. They are not true supermodels." She then added, "I've been disappointed that fashion magazines have been supporting this trend of social media stars to set our style standards. But it will change. Fashion always does." However, Rebecca later referred her previous statement to Us Weekly saying, "First of all, I was asked my opinion about a social media trend. No specific names were ever mentioned. Secondly, I'm embarrassed that I even used the word supermodel. It's a dumb word that has always been too loosely thrown around Kendall in a stratosphere that I never came close to in the modeling world. It's not a competition and we don't get anything out of pitting women against each other." It sounds like she's just trying to cover her tracks, but she had some really good points. The Doors. For some backstory, a couple years ago, Kendall and Kylie released shirts for their clothing brand with images of iconic singers and rappers. The problem was they didn't get permission to use these images and it caused a lot of controversy. Now, one of the bands they used was The Doors, and the surviving members of The Doors sent the Jenners a cease and desist letter for using their image on merch. The Doors have recently learned that Kendall and Kylie are selling shirts using their protected property without the Doors' authorization or consent, the letter reads. The use of the registered trademarks in commerce is likely to cause confusion, mistake, or to deceive consumers into believing that the Kendall-Kylie apparel was authorized by The Doors when no such authorization was sought or provided by The Doors. The superimposing of a selfie of Kendall Jenner over the iconic lion portrait of the late Jim Morrison is offensive and remarkable for its failure to recognize the rights of the estate of Mr. Morrison to control the use of his likeness. Jeff Jampol, manager of The Doors and Morrison's estate, told Rolling Stone, "This is a case of people who fashion themselves as celebrities who are famous for being well known but don't actually do anything trying to utilize and steal and capitalize on the legacies of those who actually did something and create amazing art and messages. It's ironic at least and criminal at worst." Yeah, that the Jenners never contacted the surviving members of The Doors. They're obviously attention-seeking missiles who crave celebrity and being well known but don't actually do anything, Jampol said. It's the polar opposite of the artists that they're trampling all over. It's just spitting in the face and on top of art and message and soul and legacy. Yikes, but he's technically not wrong. Anderson Cooper. The Kardashian Jenner family are always in the media, and they've been on pretty much every single talk show there is except for Anderson Cooper's. When he hosted Anderson Live for 2 years, he already knew that he did not want any of the Kard Jenners on his new daytime talk show, despite the fact that the family admired him. Now, he did not ban them. When he appeared on Watch What Happens Live, the journalist told Andy Cohen that the family were already everywhere and all over the media, so he simply didn't have anything new to say to them. So what would be the point of having them on his daytime talk show? And I mean, hey, he really has a point there.
Kylie Jenner has made a lot of enemies over the years, from stealing ideas to scamming fans and straight up lying. She may seem innocent, but she's not, and she's done a lot of people dirty. Now, starting off, we have Blac Chyna. Blac Chyna has a rocky relationship with the Kard Jenner family. She dated rapper Tyga and had a son with him in 2012. The pair split in 2014, and in 2015, Tyga began dating Kylie Jenner, but they eventually called it quits in 2017. Now, Chyna, for her part, began dating Kylie's older brother, Rob Kardashian, and the couple announced that they were engaged and expecting their first child together in May 2016. Now, after an extremely rocky romance, Rob and Chyna split up in early 2017, and the second season of their reality show was put on hold indefinitely. Then, in late 2017, Chyna sued the famous family for interfering with the show's future, claiming that Kris Jenner, Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, and Kylie Jenner had defamed her and her reputation was permanently damaged as a result. Now, not to mention what Rob did, as he released nude photos of her without her permission and went on some crazy rants. According to the lawsuit, Chyna alleged the nude photo scandal, along with influence from the Kardashian family, are what got Rob and Chyna her reality show axed before season 2. Also, she was blindsided when Kylie and Tyga started dating, so I'm sure that caused some jealousy and resulted in her not liking Kylie either. Now, during the April 2022 trial, Kylie testified that she had received threatening text messages from Chyna when she was dating Tyga, adding that Chyna had showed her a 9-inch scar that he allegedly got during a fight with her. Kylie also noted that she had shared her concerns about Chyna with Rob while they were together, but ultimately it was up to him. Next up is Selena Gomez. Now, Selena Gomez was friends with Kendall and Kylie, but it's said that Justin Bieber drove them apart. In April 2014, Selena hung out with the Jenner sisters at Coachella, but Selena unfollowed them soon after. Why? Well, Selena felt Kylie was flirting with Justin, a source told Us Weekly after the incident. Now, another source added that whatever went down at Justin's rented home near the festival, and it got messy. Kylie sent sexy pics of herself to Justin, and that's what started the fight. Selena saw the pictures on Justin's phone, and she freaked out and left immediately, a source told Hollywood Life, adding, at the end of the day, Selena was just there to be a part of the show to enhance their brand, rather than just being legit friends. Now, thankfully, Selena realized she was being used and got out. Now, Justin and Selena's relationship was always messy, but she definitely didn't need the Jenner sisters messing with it and using her. Then there's Jordyn Woods. Jordyn Woods and Kylie Jenner became best friends when they met in 2012, but that all changed when Jordyn admitted to kissing Tristan Thompson, Khloe Kardashian's boyfriend at the time. Now, this happened in February 2019, and in an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kylie claimed that her then BFF initially lied about the incident before confessing to the kiss when confronted. She was just like, crying the whole time, she recalled. And I was just telling her, I'm like scared of you now, like you're capable of waking up the next morning with a smile on your face. Now, in September 2020, Jordyn revealed that everything changed for her in the wake of the cheating scandal. I just remember sitting in a very dark place, and I didn't really, I had my family to talk to, I had you to talk to, but I felt like I had no one, she told Natalie Manuel Lee for her YouTube series, Now with Natalie. You take everything you think you know for a whole decade, the people you think you know, the life you think you know, everything that you've grown up doing, and you take it all away from someone. I didn't know how to feel. She continued by saying, I'm not happy that people were hurt and people had to go through what they went through. It was a lot for everyone, my family, other families, friends, and not in a million years have I had a negative intention to doing something bad to anyone I love. Now, in July 2023, Jordyn was spotted out to dinner in Los Angeles with Kylie, their first public outing in 4 years. Now, Kylie opened up about the pair's reunion in a November 2023 profile for Interview magazine, stating, we never fully cut each other off, and one day naturally we were like, we want to get sushi and we don't want to hide anymore. She continued by saying, there's a learning lesson in everything, and I think that in a weird way, everything happens how it's supposed to happen. We were so attached at the hip that we needed space to grow into the people we were supposed to be. I needed that independence and that confidence because she was like my security blanket for so long. Now we have Jeffree Star. Kylie Cosmetics was full of drama. Its first lip gloss launch was met with complaints after customers found their brushes were frayed, split, and overall defective. Though the company had already released a statement addressing the issue and promising to resolve it, YouTube MUA Jeffree Star, of course, had to voice his opinion on it. He slammed the unacceptable situation on social media in a series of since deleted posts. 2 months later, he then accused Kylie of overcharging for her lip kits, telling Racked she found a lab that makes a $5 formula and they're called ColourPop. They gave her the same exact one with her name on it and charged $20 more. If the product didn't suck, I wouldn't have anything to say. Now, Star continued to bash Kylie and her makeup line, slamming Kylie Cosmetics for releasing a $60 brush kit in December of 2017 and later claiming that the products were lackluster in July 2018. I just think that there's so many Kylie cosmetic products being put out and it's not exciting anymore. It's kinda lackluster and I'm just kind of over the brand at the moment, he said in a YouTube video at the time. Now, in March 2019, Jeffree claimed via Twitter that Kylie, who had just been named as the youngest self-made billionaire by Forbes, had only been profiled by the magazine because he turned it down. Now, he has since deleted that tweet, but not to mention, he he's also bashed her skincare brand. Now there's Vlada Hegarty. When Kylie launched her makeup line in 2014, she adopted a dripping lip motif as the company's signature look. However, she was quickly called out by social media users who felt that she had stolen the design from makeup artist Vlada Hegarty, who is known for her elaborate lip art. Now 2 years later, Kylie was accused of copying Vlada again for her 2016 holiday campaign, which featured fingers painted gold covering the model's eyes to draw attention to the red lip at the center. "Really, at Kylie Cosmetics, haven't you gotten enough inspiration from me already?" Vlada wrote via Instagram at the time, before sharing a side-by-side comparison of the photos. Left is the work of @Julia Cosmetco, @Brent Fusion, and I shot a few months ago, and the right is @Kylie Cosmetics' new campaign. Though Kylie Cosmetics later changed their post to credit her, she threatened to sue the company for copyright infringement, which is so valid because they literally stole it. Then there's Amandla Stenberg. Actor Amandla Stenberg called out Kylie in July 2015 when she posted an Instagram snap of herself with cornrows. In response to the photo, Amandla said, "When you appropriate black features and culture but fail to use your position of power to help black Americans by directing attention towards your wigs instead of police brutality or racism, #white girls do it better." Kylie then clapped back saying, "Mad if I don't, mad if I do, go hang with Jaden or something." Now, Amandla took Kylie's ex, Jaden Smith, to prom that May, but I'm sure that comment did not sit well. Moving on to Madison Beer. Singer Madison Beer was once besties with Kylie, but that was until their collab with Kylie's makeup brand. Now, Madison didn't directly accuse Kylie of stealing a purple palette that was supposed to be released as a collaboration, but she did imply it on Twitter. "When people fully steal your idea and what they come out with was supposed to be a collab, whack," she tweeted with a snake emoji. Now after that, she stopped following Kylie and posted a selfie online in which she was also using purple eyeshadow. Now the caption read, "I see you, girl." Now if that's not shade, I don't know what is. Now soon after, trolls began commenting on her post to point out that Madison did not create purple eyeshadow, to which she responded by hinting that the real issue was not the hue at all but the betrayal. It said that Kylie contacted Madison with the notion of working together, and after some hesitation, Madison eventually consented. Though the collaboration between Kylie and Madison was never officially confirmed, Madison hinted to paparazzi in March 2017 that she may be working on makeup with her childhood pal. Now we have Keke Palmer. Although Keke Palmer was somewhat sympathetic about Kylie's insecurities about her appearance, she didn't approve of how Kylie went about gaining confidence, deeming her inauthentic. AKA, she didn't like the fact that Kylie lied about getting fillers and Botox. Keke said that so many people strive to be perfect and that we see that behavior in the Kardashians. She said, "In the sense of the Kardashians, it's like I'm going to show you so much perfect and be everything a woman should be or everything a man would like or love." Specifically in this situation with Kylie, where you've had a young girl people have seen on television since she was a kid, and they literally told her she was so ugly, so she went and did apparently everything the world deems as beautiful. Now the crazier part is that everybody now loves her for it. Next up is Danielle Bregoli. Viral sensation Danielle Cash Me Outside Bregoli does not like Kylie or Kendall. According to Daily Mail, Danielle mocked Kylie in her These Hoes video, which stars a Kylie lookalike getting injections all over her face and body. Danielle also blasted Kylie in a radio interview. "How do you go from effing lips the size of a twig to a body that looks like an effing paperclip and now you look like an hourglass?" And finally we have Kevin James Bennett. In August of 2022, Kylie shared a series of photos from a visit to the Kylie Cosmetics production center in Milan, writing that she was in the lab creating new magic for you guys. Now in the photos, she wore a white lab coat but no hairnet or gloves, leading Kevin James Bennett to call her out in an Instagram post of his own for violating safety guidelines. "I'm a cosmetic developer and work with cosmetic manufacturers and their labs as part of my job. I have very short hair and I've never been allowed into the lab or onto the manufacturing floor without a hairnet, shoe covers, masks, and disposable gloves," the makeup artist wrote, alleging that Kylie's gaslighting her followers into thinking she is creating cosmetics. He continued by questioning what ignorant lab in Italy would let her go there and stage photos in their lab or on the manufacturing floor without following proper sanitation protocols. "I need the names because I want to make sure my clients never work for them. #shame on you." he said. That was heated, but honestly, he had so many valid points. If Kylie wants to do some sort of photo shoot like that, she can do it somewhere else. Now, in response, Kylie claimed that the photo was taken in a small personal space that was set aside for creating social media content. Kevin then responded with a series of questions about the time Kylie spent at the facility before reiterating that she lied to him and her followers. They had a little back and forth, but Kevin was refusing to back down.
At number 10, we have Larsa Pippen. Everyone knows Larsa and Kim Kardashian as her ex-best friend. But between the constant drama, the star caused a rift between the Kardashian family by speaking on private family matters. When Larsa spilled the tea about dating Tristan Thompson, the Kardashian family was ultimately not happy, mainly because it made their sister Khloe look like she wasn't as innocent as she seemed. In an interview with Hollywood Raw, Larsa said she was seeing Tristan and had come to LA, where she brought him to a party Kim was hosting. While at the party, Larsa introduced him to all the Kardashian Jenner sisters, and then 10 days later, he started seeing Khloe. Unfortunately for Larsa, the Kardashian family didn't believe her claims about Tristan and have since cut her out of their lives for toxic energy and behavior. The Kardashians have since claimed Larsa lied about dating Tristan, but with all that was revealed in her interview, I think it's safe to say she may have been telling the truth. Number 9. Khloe Grace Moretz. Back in 2016, when Kim was having her own celebrity feud with Taylor Swift, Kim posted her supposed proof that the singer was lying about knowing Kanye's reference to her in his song. As fans went crazy, Khloe was left feeling annoyed. She then took to Twitter to say, "Everyone in this industry needs to get their heads out of a hole and look around to realize what's actually happening in the real world." Khloe Kardashian then went to post a series of pictures of Khloe and a back shot with an unknown woman in a similar bikini to Khloe, with the caption, "Is this the hole you were referring to?" Moretz then hit back at the stars saying, "The first photo was me and neighbors too, and the second is a girl who was wrongfully photographed." Not backing down, Khloe then went to defend herself against those who criticized her for attacking the 19-year-old actress by saying, "I'm the last person to be a bully, but I have an animal instinct to protect and defend my family." As much as I support the notion to protect your family, bullying and making another woman feel bad about herself is never the answer. If you're enjoying this video so far, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Number 8. Taylor Swift. Now, Taylor Swift has had this ongoing feud with the Kardashian family, and Khloe has never been scared to state her opinions on the matter, and when new drama arises, you can definitely see Khloe in the center of it. The feud has been going on since 2016 over Kanye West's track, Famous. Taylor claimed she was blindsided by the lyrics, however, Kim came forward with a voice-recorded messages which stated otherwise. Later, Taylor would say that Kim edited and manipulated snippets of the phone calls. When Kim came to say Taylor was lying, it definitely was a shock when Khloe chimed in with her own opinion, proving everything Taylor has been warning us about the sisters for years. Taylor broke the silence by responding to the sisters' words instead of answering those who are asking how I feel about the video footage that leaked, proving I was telling the truth the whole time. The star then went on to say the call was illegally recorded and someone edited and manipulated the recording to frame the star. With Khloe always quickly to chime in on new feuds, the Taylor Swift feud indicates that Khloe just wants to be the center of attention and will insert herself in any family feud that comes to light. Number 7, we have Jeffree Star. If anyone knows the tea in Hollywood, it's Jeffree Star, and when Jeffree and Shane Dawson were set to review Kylie's new skincare line, which they hated, Shane mentioned the infamous tweet by Jeffree Star where he dragged Khloe after she was cheated on by Tristan Thompson. Just to recap, when news broke of Kylie's ex-best friend, Jordyn Woods, hooking up with Tristan Thompson, when the news first broke, Khloe was pregnant with her first child, True. Jeffree, pretty much being neighbors with the Kardashians, decided to input himself into the center of the drama by saying saying, "Learn to co-parent on a healthy level and stop acting like your man isn't trash either." He then went to Snapchat to say Tristan and Jordyn had been seeing each other for over a month or two, and it wasn't just the first time. Jeffree noted that all of Hollywood talks and that he was given this information by hair and nail stylist. Jeffree's not afraid when it comes to inputting his knowledge on scandals in Hollywood, and you can always trust him to back up his information, especially when it comes to the Kardashian sisters. At number 6, we're bringing in Caitlyn Jenner. Khloe and Caitlyn used to have a good relationship, however the pair fell out following Kris and Caitlyn's divorce in 2015. This came just after Caitlyn transitioned in her interview about her marriage to Kris Jenner with Diane Sawyer in Vanity Fair. In the interview, Caitlyn revealed the star wasn't really supportive of her interview or her transition, which was a really heartbreaking time for her. While Kris was left feeling disappointed, Khloe stepped in to say that Caitlyn essentially did her mother dirty, and Caitlyn really had nerve when she said, "What happened to families sticking together?" Overall, both stars were left feeling heartbroken, as before the interview, the Good American co-founder and Olympian were notoriously close prior to Caitlyn's transition, especially since the star was really supportive in the beginning about the transition and told Caitlyn to do whatever makes her happy. But then didn't talk to Caitlyn for the next coming years. Caitlyn continues to have a challenging relationship with her stepdaughters, however it seems her and Khloe are finally back on good terms. As Khloe stated, she talks to Caitlyn once in a blue moon, but since they're both really busy with their schedules and the pandemic, the stars ultimately have no more beef between each other. Number 5. Jordyn Woods. When news broke about Tristan Thompson cheating on Khloe with her younger sister Kylie Jenner's best friend, the whole world came to a stop, and people were truly shocked. Thompson was spotted at a party, and witnesses at the party claimed the basketball player was making out with Woods. But the series of events followed proved the situation was more complicated than that. After news broke, all Kardashian family unfollowed Jordyn, and Kylie even asked her to move out of her guest house that Jordyn was living in at the time. The sisters all claimed they helped Jordyn to be successful on her own, and she would be nothing without them. And this scandal was an ultimate betrayal for them. Jordyn denied the allegations at first, and Khloe can be heard yelling "liar" on a snippet that showed on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Jordyn went on to Red Table Talk to clear up the rumors and said when she was leaving the party, Tristan kissed her and she left. Jordyn during this scandal was bullied by the Kardashian clan. On social media, they also got some of Jordyn's closest friends to chime in on the situation. While Khloe blaming the star for ruining her family and not sharing the blame with her baby daddy Tristan, Jordyn went on to be excommunicated by the Kardashian and Jenner family, and both have since moved on to bigger and better things. Number 4. Snooki. Snooki appeared on Cocktails with Khloe for an interview. Snooki had a lot to say about her appearance on the show and ultimately said Khloe was being downright mean when they were talking about how they first met. On the show, Snooki explained that Kim had asked her to come over to her house, and Snooki accepted because she was obsessed with Khloe Kardashian. Upon meeting the star looked her up and down and asked why she was there, and it made her feel out of place. When Nicole brought this up to the star on the show, Khloe acted like she had no idea what Snooki was talking about and tried to play it off. Snooki then went on to say she left the house and was really upset by the whole ordeal. While fans are quick to chime in saying Khloe doesn't look like a mean girl, many noted that Khloe didn't give us mean girl vibes, but Snooki proved us otherwise. The two have since cleared the air, and Khloe came out with an apology saying she was sorry for her behavior that night and said, "Maybe I was jealous you were getting more attention. I have no idea why I did what I did." Number 3. Scott Disick. Who could forget Scott and Khloe's bond? While many thought this bond would be never unbroken, that notion ultimately came to an end recently. Their friendship over the years has definitely had its fair shares of up and downs. With accusations and dramas, this friendship was fizzled out, and Scott had a lot to say about it. With Kourtney moving on with her new man Travis, Scott knew his ex was happy and that her love was a real thing. However, he didn't want her family to leave him out in the cold like they had been doing. Scott told Khloe that being left out was super hurtful, especially while he doesn't have any other family to go to. However, instead of Khloe being supportive, she was more worried about Scott seeing PDA exchange between Kourtney and Travis. Scott went on to say he would rather be around them than not around his family at all. Since Scott has been pushed out of the family, he has since been focusing on his kids, but spending as much time with them as possible. Hopefully Scott can repair his relationship with the stars and they can work out their differences, because seeing Scott struggle to be a part of the family is definitely heartbreaking and no one deserves to feel like that. Number 2, Amber Rose. In 2015, Amber Rose's feud with the Kardashian family hit its peak when Khloe Kardashian decided to defend her sisters and family. The star decided to give her input on the rapper Tyga's relationship with Khloe's younger sister Kylie Jenner. Rose went on to say Kylie is a baby and Tyga should be ashamed of himself. He had a beautiful woman and a baby and he left them for a 16-year-old girl who just turned 17. Khloe decided to set the record straight and came to defend her sister by saying, "Don't worry about Kylie or her career, she is 17 and has it together." The star went on to say, "Please stop talking about my family in interviews, the 9 of us don't talk about you." Simply not letting Khloe get the best of her, Rose decided to respond with lengthy tweets, Khloe with the hashtag "Don't Panic," which is a song French Montana wrote. The feud between Rose and the Kardashians stems from her former relationship with Kanye West, and since Rose has never been scared to hit back at the stars with her own input of her own opinions. Number 1, Kim Kardashian. Say what you would like about the Kardashians, but it's clear Kris Jenner has done a glorious job, not only with their show's success, but the success of each of her children. The family likes to keep it real, and the feuds have always been the center of the show, especially when it comes down to Kourtney, Kim, and Khloe. But who can forget the infamous purse episode where Kim and Khloe found themselves in a really heated argument? While the Kardashians were rising to stardom, in this one episode the two stars found themselves in an argument after Kim purchased a new Bentley back in 2009. The altercation was captured during the second season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and since has become one of E!Series' most quotable and viral moments. While the sisters Khloe, Kourtney, and Rob were talking about Kim over dinner in Rob's apartment, Kim was outside and heard them discussing her and making fun of her for buying a new Bentley. Kim ultimately came in furious, and the ultimate purse fiasco came to light, and the star could be seen yelling at Khloe not to be rude.
In at number 10, Nick Lachey. Nick Lachey also exposed Kim for being a little too friendly with the paparazzi in order to get some publicity from him. The singer claims that Kim might have only been dating him for publicity. Apparently the pair only dated for about a week, and some shady stuff went down. One time he said, "Let's just say this, we went to a movie, no one followed us there. Somehow, mysteriously, when we left, there were 30 photographers waiting outside." And I think from that story, it's very clear that Kim was tipping off the paparazzi, so there would be photos of them together. And if you didn't already know, unless someone is like incredibly famous, if there are paparazzi when they are out, they definitely tipped off that paparazzi. And at number 9, Jon Hamm. The Mad Men star definitely has some choice words for the Kardashians, and based off what he said, it's clear he does not like the family and doesn't approve of how they rose to fame. With him telling LUK, whether it's Paris Hilton or Kim Kardashian or whoever, stupidity is certainly celebrated. Being an idiot is a valuable commodity in this culture because you're rewarded significantly. It's celebrated. It doesn't make sense to me. So clearly he doesn't like the reality TV stars whatsoever, and doesn't like how our society praises socialites like Paris Hilton and the Kardashians. And like, I kinda get where he's going. Like, you know, he has some valid points. In at number 8, Kristin Cavallari. Kristin Cavallari has a very interesting relationship with the Kar Jenner clan. It all started when Kristin dated Brody Jenner, and through that relationship she also became friends with the Kardashians. But after Brody and Kristin broke up, there was tension between Kristin and Kourtney Kardashian. After Kourtney caught Scott out with Kristin while they were in an off period. And after that, Kristin called out the family for using that information as a publicity stunt to get viewers to their show. And allegedly, after rumors broke that Kristin and Scott were having an affair, the Kardashians refused to deny it, and instead waited to address it on their show, leaving Kristin looking like, you know, the bad, terrible other woman, when it just wasn't even true. More than a little shady if you ask me. And at number 7, Barack Obama. Former President Barack Obama also couldn't hold his tongue when talking about the famous family, and it's definitely quite the compliment when the president is speaking about you. Or is it? The former president was talking about the changing dynamics of the American dream,
and how it's shifting with time, saying, "There was not that window into the lifestyles of the rich and famous. Kids weren't monitoring every day what Kim Kardashian was wearing or where Kanye West was going on vacation, and thinking that somehow was the mark of success." And ouch, here it's pretty obvious he was throwing some major shade their way. And he doesn't seem to like how they are now the standard for what success is. And apparently Kanye West did not like those comments and actually fired back at the president. But also, since Obama was a former president, you know, I trust his opinion and judgment way more than Kanye's. And at number 6, Kris Humphries. Kris Humphries was someone who probably challenged the Kardashian family the most and exposed secrets about them I'm sure they did not want out. Kim and Kris got married in one of the most lavish televised ceremonies ever, but famously, after only 72 days, the couple split because Kim was having second thoughts. But based off how much content their reality shows got because of that relationship, then the breakup, Kris called Kim out for fraud, arguing that the whole relationship was just a publicity stunt. And their divorce was so messy it lasted 2 whole years before it was finalized. But during the massive trial, Kris exposed that a lot of the Kardashian show was scripted, and that the show purposefully made him look bad. Like when him and Scott threw a party in one episode while the girls were out of town, and they looked really horrible for going behind their backs when they told them not to have the party. The whole thing was actually just a huge sham, with Kim and Kourtney knowing about the party and acting like they didn't know for TV, in turn making Kris look like a terrible husband when it literally wasn't like that at all. Halfway at number 5, Rebel Wilson. Rebel Wilson revealed on a radio show that she was presented an opportunity to present an award with Kendall and Kylie Jenner, but Wilson ended up turning it down, with her saying in the interview, "I got asked to present with Kendall and Kylie at the recent VMAs and said no. It's not that you hate any of them individually, but it's just that everything they stand for is against everything I stand for, and they're not famous for talent. I've worked really hard to get where I've gotten to." And even though a lot of people who dislike the Kardashians share the same sentiments, Oprah Winfrey actually came to their defense against Wilson, if you can believe it, with Oprah saying that she couldn't believe how hard the family works, referencing when she filmed the family for Oprah's show, with crews taping the family for 7 hours straight, and then they filmed more of their reality show after. So, as we all know, the Kardashian family really works very hard, even though it doesn't seem like they do too much. And at number 4, Bette Midler. After Kim uploaded her incredibly famous nude selfie where she covered her, nether regions with just like black bars, the internet went ablaze talking about it. One of the people that didn't hold their tongue was Bette Midler, who tweeted out, "Kim Kardashian tweeted a nude selfie today. If Kim wants us to see a part of her we've never seen, she's gonna have to swallow the camera." Which, come on, you have to admit, it's pretty hilarious. Like, even if you like the Kardashians, like, it's a good tweet. As a clapback, Kim tweeted out that it was past Bette's bedtime and that she was a fake friend. And Bette responded back, "Looks like anyone can take a selfie, but not everyone can take a joke." And then she lightened the tension by posting her own nude. When talking about the feud later, Bette had no hard feelings and said she takes Twitter pretty lightly and hoping that Kim did the same. Hopefully Kim wasn't actually too peeved about that. I mean, come on, it was clearly a joke. I don't know. And at number 3, Wendy Williams. If you watch Wendy's show, which I definitely do on occasion, she spills the tea like nobody else, then you know she does not like the Kardashians and is always very blunt when talking about them. But Wendy got the spot of a Kardashian hater when she made some shady comments about Kim after her robbery incident. And when talking about the incident in Paris, Wendy said, "I would hope that she's not making any part of this up for dramatic effect. Because this family, they're kind of soulless. You can't believe everything that you hear. But this was very, very upsetting." And although I do not agree with Wendy at all that the Paris incident was a publicity stunt, a lot of people did feel that the incident could have been exaggerated by the family for views, with people citing numerous times in the past that this has happened with the family. And again, I do not agree, but I mean, she just brought it up as kind of a possibility, and obviously, she loves to shade them whenever she can. And at number 2, Blac Chyna. Blac Chyna is another Kardashian ex who was ousted from the family after her and Rob's relationship ended. And you know that whatever went down was bad, because the family is still nice to Tristan and not Chyna, even though Tristan is arguably way worse and embarrassed them so much more. The first of the feud was surrounding the fact that Kylie started dating Tyga, who was Chyna's ex. Then Chyna started dating Rob. And then the two got engaged and then pregnant very quickly. But after they had Dream, the whole thing fell apart and Chyna and the Kardashians were facing off on social media. Chyna even filed a lawsuit against the family, claiming that they stopped her show Rob and Chyna from getting a second season. A judge dismissed that case, but Chyna still shades the Kardashians whenever she can. And at number 1, Anna Wintour. This last one is something that I had no idea existed, but it's probably the shadiest one of all. So Vogue is one of the most prestigious magazines to be on the cover of, and Kim Kardashian and Kanye West were put on the cover in a very controversial move by the magazine's editor, Anna Wintour. When talking about the criticism, she noted that it would be a misstep to ignore the couple's influence, and she made the choice to lead and deal with the backlash rather than follow. And all of that praise to the couple is, all well and good, until she gives them quite a backhanded compliment, saying, "I think if we just remain deeply tasteful and just put deeply tasteful people on the cover, it would be a rather boring magazine. Nobody would talk about us." And although I totally get what she's trying to say, calling the couple, deeply untasteful is definitely more than a little shady. But I mean, if anyone can shade anyone, it's Anna Wintour. She can shade whoever she wants.